So hi there, my name is Katy from the British Geological Survey, and I'll be talking about myHAZ, a multi-hazard citizen science app for St Vincent and the Grenadines, and I'm presenting this on behalf of our partners in the Caribbean, SRC, the Seismic Research Centre based in Trinidad and Tobago, NEMO, the National Emergency Management Organisation in St Vincent and the Grenadines, and also the Ministry of Education in St Vincent and the Grenadines. So the aim of the project has been to co-develop with our partners a citizen science app for collecting and sharing observations of natural hazards in St Vincent and the Grenadines to help better characterise natural hazards. And there's also a wider aim of facilitating resilience building by enhancing citizens' understanding of hazard and risk, and also building trust and communication links between citizens, scientists and authorities. So we've co-designed and developed myHAZ to meet the needs of the partners and citizens who are living in a multi-hazard environment. And through the app you can upload photos, videos, free text descriptions and answer more targeted questions on various natural hazards, which are then shared within the app via an interactive map. Users can view and comment on other observations and also access additional information such as hazard maps and advice on what to do before, during and after an event. And these observations are managed, so they're either approved or rejected by NEMO via a web-based management interface, and through this they can also issue official notifications and comment on or respond to observations. And there's also a web portal for anyone to view and download observations. And as well as being a citizen science tool, myHAZ can be used by scientists to collect much needed data on natural hazards. There have been many challenges along the way, of course. None of them have been insurmountable so far, although COVID has delayed the launch of myHAZ, which would have been this summer or autumn. So we're currently looking at alternative ways to launch the app. One of the biggest challenges for all parties is just the logistics of working with overseas partners. So the physical distance, different time zones, communication, etc. So it's just really about making the most of the face-to-face time and appreciating that your partner's priorities what your partner's priorities are, and accepting that things just might take a little bit longer. For us, having an existing strong relationship and an open dialogue has helped us to navigate this. It was challenging to design an app that meets the needs of all of the partners, so emergency managers, scientists and citizens, but again having a strong engagement throughout, so regular face-to-face workshops, community visits and plenty of opportunities to provide feedback have helped us to overcome this. Technologically, poor internet reception in some areas was an issue, as myHAZ requires an internet connection to upload observations, but we've managed to solve this by enabling observations to be compiled and saved in situ, but then uploaded later on once you're back in internet reception. We've still got a bit of a significant challenge with myHAZ. As I said, it hasn't yet been released, so encouraging the uptake and ongoing use of the app is going to require quite some careful planning in conjunction with NEMO and SRC. Nevertheless, there have been lots of successes and lessons learned. Firstly, it's hugely beneficial to work with partners where there's already an established relationship, and so for us the relationship between SRC, NEMO and BGS has gone back many years. It's also vital to ensure that all of your partners and stakeholders are involved in the design throughout the entire span of development, so not just at the beginning and the end, and we achieve this by gathering feedback through several in-country workshops and ensuring all of the feedback and recommendations were being incorporated into that final design. We have had some interest in myHAZ from other organisations already on other islands and countries, so we're starting to think about if and how myHAZ could be adapted for other settings, and if so, how to make that sustainable. And just finally, exposure in the media helps to build interest in engagement, and we were lucky enough to have interest from a local TV news station during one of our workshops in St Vincent and the Grenadines. So in terms of recommendations, the first is that strong equitable partnerships are key, and secondly that any stakeholder engagement, so with schools and communities, should really be led by in-country partners. It's also helpful to align to existing citizen science or community outreach projects where possible, which would help to tap into existing networks of volunteers who might already be engaged in their environment. And finally, just to say that the process is just as important as the end product, so it's not just about the app or whatever tool you're developing or how much data you collect, but building and strengthening partnerships are also key successes. So I think that's a really important thing to remember. And that's the end of my presentation. Thank you.